Alright everybody, today's a little holster project. I am making this holster for this 5-inch barrel government model 1911. It's very similar to the old World War II 1911, but just chambered in 9mm. Right now it is cocked, but there's nothing in the gun. I just needed it cocked to make this holster because I'm going to have this as a cocked and locked holster. So anyways, what this is a left-handed holster. I'm making it out of one piece of leather. It'll have a button right there holding that strap on, and then I can take the gun out from there. So the idea behind this is I want to do this as simply and cheaply as possible while still making it kind of a nice little piece. So as you can see, this strap will prevent that hammer from dropping on the firing pin if the safeties are down and somehow there's a malfunction. Where this button will be placed through the back here, I'm hoping to put the button position in a way that the safety will knock into the back of the button clasp and prevent it from dropping as well. So you can see how that works. This will only be stitched along this edge here. So I made my little paper pattern here. Obviously it's missing the big straps, big strap there, but you can kind of see how I did this. I took my gun, wrapped it in paper, and then kind of drew on when it was, the paper was on there, kind of drew around where I want it to be, and I cut it out. Now make sure when you cut this pattern out that you put the pattern on facing the same way that you want to cut your leather. If you put it backwards, like let's say your pattern goes this way, and you put it down like this, it'll be fine because it's the outside of the leather and this is the outside of the paper. But if you put it this way and you put your paper like that, it'll be backwards. So what happens is you'll put your correct pattern on the back of your leather and you'll cut a reverse pattern out, which is always frustrating. So what I did was I just made sure my pattern was right, and then I reversed the paper, put it on here, and made it a little thumb strap deal here on the one side. So I just extended the part of the paper there. I brought this kind of hump up over to protect my safety, and as you can see, it kind of fits nicely in there. The open end is down that way, and like I said, the only stitching that I'll need to do is right along this edge, and of course I'll be cleaning up these cut edges here just before I do anything. Also the way I'm going to be retaining this on my belt is I'm just going to be cutting slots out of the side here. You can see I kind of scratched in some. I don't mind. It's just a little piece of leather I had lying around. You can see it's already got a cut there. It's no big deal. But I'm going to just cut out slots here. I might cant it forward slightly on my hip. I might not. Just depends how I want it. But there'll be two slots there. My belt will just pass right through them, and I don't have to stitch a belt loop on the back. So you can see how this all comes together. This will fit like that, and yeah, it should be a fairly tight fit. Not too tight because I don't want to release my magazine every time I put the gun in. So yeah, that's the little holster there. As you can see, it's all one piece of leather. I extended this. I made this pattern without the strap on it because I wanted to see how it laid across the firearm itself, so it does have a bit of a curve on it to account for the turn of the gun. So as you can see, it'll fit kind of like that. This is a really cool 9mm 1911. I like it a lot. I put ambi safeties on it. So that's pretty neat. It's a Rock Island Armory 5-inch GI model, holds 10 rounds. Pretty sweet for what it is. This is about $350, which is a great deal. And I'm making a holster for basically nothing. I've already had this leather for a long time, so I figured I could just make something out of it. This will be kind of like a little prototype holster. I have heavier gauge leather I want to actually do some patterning on and make a nice holster, and I will replace this one probably, because this is just some lightweight stuff, but it will allow me to have a holster for this gun in the meantime. But yeah, again, just a little holster project. Should be cool. I want it to be kind of a proof of concept before I do my next one. Anyways, hope you enjoy this little thing. I have these Mekgar mags. Came with 3 mags, and I want to, with my leftover metal, or with my leftover leather, I want to make some mag sleeves. So kind of just make some cool little mag sleeves, and then make those with belt loops, so I can run my belt through there, and that way I can carry some extra mags with my 1911. So yeah, again, that's the project there. You can see it there. It's all just one piece with 2 slots cut out of the back, so I can run my belt through. Very basic, but effective. Talk to you later.